What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about all the crazy updates for Q4 in Amazon FBA. So the limiting of 200 products per new seller, the natural inventory restrictions that's also going on right now, new product listing rules, Amazon Arrow 5665. So I want to cover all these just moving forward. That way your Q4 is as smooth as possible, especially if you are a new seller. Real quick before we get started, I just want to welcome in anybody new to the channel. My name is Cameron James. I've been selling on Amazon for 3 years now, and I do not plan on stopping anytime soon. So if you'd like to get updated with anything new in Amazon FBA or just follow my journey in general, please hit that subscribe button down below. I promise you will not regret it. Anyways, guys, let's just get right into the good stuff. So first, I want to talk about inventory restrictions. So there's 2 inventory restrictions going on right now. One if you're a new seller, and one that affects everybody during Q4. So if you're a new seller, you can actually only send in 200 of a new product for your new Amazon Seller Central account. So this means that if you have an order of 1,000, an order of 500, you can only send in 200 to begin with within Amazon. Now, obviously this sucks because most MLQs are 500 or 1,000. So what are you gonna do with these excess products? So I want to talk about that and where you can put these products, what you should do, how to save the most money. The other one for all sellers that's affecting all of you guys is that Amazon is limiting you to only put in what they recommend you send in, which is terrible. They're never good at these calculations, but it's just something we have to deal with. So I'm going to talk about both those today. I want to start with, if you're a new seller and you want to send in your first product, well, your MOQ is probably 500 or 1,000. Maybe you get this down to 200, maybe not. Hopefully you make the best decision for your business. But if you have 500 or 1,000, what I suggest you doing is just sending that 200 in right away. And then when you get that 200 in there, what you want to do is increase sales velocity as quick as possible. So what I mean by that is start PPC, start launching, maybe get a couple friends and family to buy these products. That way Amazon sees that you're actually moving inventory right away. That way they increase your limits and get you to that limit quicker so you can send in those 300 or 700 extra that you have. Now, in the meantime, what do you do with these products, right? What do you do with the excess you have? So I have 3 different ways you can deal with this issue. So the first one is the cheapest and the one I recommend for a new seller, just to start lean and to make sure you're saving as much money as possible. And that is, if you have 500 extra units or whatever it may be, send those home to you. I know for some products with that are huge or just take up a lot of space, maybe this is not doable, but if you can, I would definitely recommend this. This is exactly what I did when I first started, just to save money, inspect the products too, right when they got in. That way, I was kind of learning, what do I need to tell them next time to make sure this product's up to par and everything like that. So maybe if you have a garage, mine always goes in my closets, anything like that, I recommend you having them at home. And that way when Amazon kind of lets you send in more, you can grab a case, send that in, drop it off at UPS, and keep pushing forward. That way you're always stocking up for Q4, and that way you're good to go there. Now the second option is to actually get a storage unit. So locally, hopefully near your house, there should be, in every big city, there should be plenty of storage units to go around. But $79 a month, $150 a month is probably what you're looking at there. But for these oversized units, bigger things, you say you have 1,000 extra units, sometimes you just need some extra space and you just can't fit it in your home. So that's what I recommend in this circumstance. We've had to actually do this with a lot of our oversized goods when there's pallets and there's huge containers of these that we just need to store away for a little bit and everything like that. So that's my second recommendation if you cannot fit it in your home. The third one is a little more pricier, but if someone has the money or you want to be more hands-off or you got more experience to take care of this, I recommend getting a 3PL. So what a 3PL is a third-party logistics company, essentially like Amazon's warehouses, but just not Amazon. So you can send your products to these 3PLs. They have, they store your products. They can ship out, individual units sometimes, or they can ship out whole cases. So say 50 more spots opened up into your Amazon storage, and so you just want to send a quick case out, they can do this for you. It just comes with a fee, obviously. So this is the most expensive route, but it's the most hands-off, like I said before. And I only advise it when you're kind of getting to scale and you're trying to do, Shopify, or you just, you really need to have a place where you can store excess inventory during Q4. That way you're never running out of stock, or you don't have to wait 30 days for sea shipping from China. So I have actually 4 companies. I'm going to list them right here on the screen for you. That way you can pause, go take a look, take notes, and everything like that, just in case you need them. Next, I want to quickly cover just about the inventory restrictions in general. So right now our account is actually seeing just normal inventory restrictions during Q4 just happened a couple weeks ago, where we can only send in what Amazon recommends we send in, no more than that. This is a killer because Q4, we're pushing the limits, right? We're trying to grow exponentially during Q4 just because Christmas is coming, shopping's increasing and everything like that, where it doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is, and something we have to deal with. What we're doing in our business is we're actually sending our excess goods to a 3PL and we're running lean. So with that being said, what we're doing is every time we can send a case in, we just kind of do that. In most circumstances, it'll be 5 to 10 cases, but we just send in just kind of the minimum that we can to keep our inventory as high as possible during this time. And then also what we're trying to do is increase our velocity. So we're running excess campaigns, we're running external campaigns. I know this is not an option for everybody, but what we're trying to do there, and so my thought process behind it is I'm trying to increase my sales velocity. That way Amazon go ahead and says, okay, these guys are selling a lot more, and they lift our restrictions or our recommended amount. So that way we can send in more for Q4 and be prepared in that aspect. That one's a little more confusing. It's going to depend on situation by situation, but hopefully that all makes sense to you guys and that really helps you out for inventory restrictions. Next, I want to talk about all the changes with listing your product on Amazon, just because there's been a lot of questions and a lot of confusion about that. So I'm going to run through that real quick. But before I do that, if this has been helpful so far, make sure you tap that little like button down there for me. This gets the video out to more people, and always ask questions down in the comments below if you're confused at all. Moving on here, guys, let's talk about listing products on Amazon, just because this is changing every day. It's gotten real messy. I'm not sure where it's going to end up, but as of right now, this is what's working. And this is what you have to look out for. So the first thing I want to talk about with the listing changes, something you might have heard of already, but I'm just going to clear up some confusion and some misconceptions about it, and that is with error 5665. So what this error is when you go to list a product on Amazon, you get everything set up, you put your brand name in there, and you go to hit save and finish, and this error, just an annoying little error screen pops up and says error 5665. And what this is Amazon saying you do not have brand approval to list this product right now. And just so you know, just because there's a lot of confusion out there about it, brand approval is not the same thing as brand registry. I'm going to talk about that just a little bit later here, but I want to make that clear right now. That way you're not getting confused. How you get past this error 5665, if it's something you're dealing with now or something you're just trying to prepare for, is that you need to send Amazon photos of your product with your brand name on it. Now, when you do this, what they're going to do is they're going to see your brand name on your product and give you approval for whatever brand name you're trying to list your product under. Now, why this really sucks is because you probably haven't purchased your first product yet. So, where are you going to get this product from with your brand on it? Maybe you've just gotten samples so far and you're just trying to get the FN SKU so you can actually start manufacturing and getting your package all fixed up and ready to go there. What you're probably going to have to do here to get past this, and if you really want your brand name approved, and so you can list this right away on your listing, is that you're going to have to go ahead and tell your supplier or your manufacturer that you need them to make your first product for you. So your product with your product packaging all done up, just one of them. That way they can send you photos of this so you can send it into Amazon and get approved for that brand. Now, most likely it's going to cost a little bit of extra money, $50, $150, depending on the product and the manufacturer and what they think is fair, but I think it's going to be worth it. Otherwise, you got to list your product under generic or unbranded, which can be a mess to get ungated later for you. And if you ever want to get a trademark and get brand registry down the line, this could create quite a few hiccups there. So I hope that makes sense. This topic goes a lot further into detail. I'll post another link here to one of my videos explaining it more in depth if that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, I want to now talk about the difference between being a brand approved and actually having a trademark and being brand registered. So there's a lot of confusion in thinking that brand approval and brand registry are the exact same thing, that you need to get a trademark before you can even start selling on Amazon. Well, that's just not true at all. So what brand approval is just the process I just explained. So it's just you sending in photos to Amazon and you get brand approval to sell this product, with this brand name on your listing without actually having a trademark. And what brand registry is this is when you get enhanced brand content on your listing. You get like a whole web store on Amazon for your brand. You can do certain PPC things. You can run video ads. You can do all these crazy new things on Amazon when you get a trademark and when you get brand registered. So I just wanted to clear that up. You do not need brand registry to list your first product on Amazon, which, you know, obviously brand registry requires a trademark to do. All right, guys, that pretty much sums it up. Before I go, I just want to add one more thing real quick, and that is to go and check out my Instagram. So CamronJames.co. I'm trying to post more behind the scenes, you know, what it takes to run an Amazon FBA business, you know, and get some IGTVs going and everything like that. So make sure you go check that out. Give me a follow there. Feel free to DM me if you got any questions or concerns, anything like that. Otherwise, guys, make sure you check out my other YouTube videos on the channel. I put a lot of time and effort into them to make sure I help you guys out and be as detailed as possible. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you on the next one.